Isn't it a beautiful day outside?
Yeah.
I just love the way this weather looks right now, and I only knew you for 3 months, and things are moving really quick, and I just want to say, would you please marry me?
What are you doing? You don't even know her. You've known her for 3 months. What's her last name?
Vincent?
Young marriage is obviously not the way to go. And it's such a huge dilemma of people marrying too young and too hasty. And it really, really is a high factor for divorce. And it's so relatable here at OVU because we have this huge ring by spring dilemma where people get married in their second semester of freshman year, and they've only known each other for like 6 months. It's pretty crazy. And we're going to talk about some stats. I'm Darren Rickney. This is Ashley, Brian, and Aziz. And we're going to talk about why marrying young is terrible and also the solutions to marrying young. Why is marrying young a problem? First off, it's a huge factor for divorce. Also, marrying young lessens the chance of one completing their education, as well as people getting married young are a lot less mature and don't really know a lot about what they're getting into when they say, I do. According to the National Center for Health Statistics, 60% of all marriages for couples between the ages of 20 and 25 end in divorce. I mean, you have the stats, 3 out of 5 marriages are ending in divorce for early marriages. That's insane. And the number goes down if you get married before 20, which is even more insane if you think about it. Also, someone who marries at the age of 25 is 50% less likely to get divorced than someone who married at age 20. So the number goes up the younger you marry for divorce, and it goes down the older you get married. So, I mean, it's a pretty easy question. Here's a chart from 1995. It's a little old, but I mean, you see the stats right there. It's pretty crazy how true these are. Also, there's a lessened chance of education within people because youthful marriage is correlated with lower educational attainment, which compounds divorce risk no matter how old they are. Nicholas Wolfinger, who is a psychologist, said that, and that's also insane. And this is pretty true to me because my brother got married at 19, and he had to drop out of school because he just couldn't really provide for his family and go to school and work. Thankfully, he's on an online program now, so he works full time as a welder at the shipyards in San Diego and goes to school at DeVry. But he had to postpone his education for 2 years and barely has enough time to sleep. I mean, the man, I don't know how he survives. Now I'm going to pass the mic to Aziz, who's going to talk about being less mature.
I'll talk about this maturity. It's any major results in both parents beginning less mature because of their discussions. Many things come with age, including maturity levels, which beginning factors that can help a major be more successful. A person making a decision about a life at age 20 is less able to do that if not effectively than a person at age 28 because of their level of age of their level of maturity. Stephen Tattoos MFT. So I will pass to Darren. Right, sorry.
It's good. And, so the solution for this is many reasons, and again, what he was trying to say is like people are getting married too young. Last month, which was November, I saw on my Twitter and on my Instagram there were at least 28 people getting married here at OBU. That is crazy. That is something that it's like a thing now at OBU, and I don't know why. I mean, I know people love each other, but 2 years, no, I think that's too young. And there has to be a solution for this, which there is. The solution for this is don't get married too young and know the person you actually live with them, actually spend, I guess, how would I quality time with them more, because you can get married to a serial killer and you had no idea he was a serial or she was a serial killer, and that would be an interesting marriage for y'all. He'll be tied up and he'll be playing these songs and anyways, you get the picture, you get the idea. Anyway, and the thing I was trying to say is have at least a time period where y'all can do extra stuff, like travel, have a pet dog before y'all even have kids, and enjoy life before I get married. And I was reading an article that you should probably get married at least 4 to 6 years after y'all been dating. That's the perfect time, not 2 years. To out everyone at here OBU. That's a little advice I'll give. And to go into detail, you wanna and I just want to say the importance of waiting is to give, I guess, to give love a more meaning to it. Because you can say you love someone, and you can say you love pizza. The love for pizza is, yeah, you love it, but you don't love it deep in your heart. And here at OBU, I feel that people get married because they want to, because it's becoming so much of a thing. And they do not see what's right. Going to church and having that faith of God and actually Him telling you, marry this person, he or she's the right person for you, is fantastic. And marrying too soon it's not a good thing. And check yourself. So what that means is checking yourself before you marry. So you wanna picture yourself with them in the next decade. Can you picture yourself with them? Like, for example, we showed you an intro. I was TC. I didn't even know her last name, and that's way too early. I mean, yeah. And Ashley will introduce you.
Yeah, going off what he said when he said check yourself, you really need to carefully look into your own life so that you can see your own personality and how you are as a person, and realize what you want out of somebody. Because if you are in a relationship with somebody, you want to have that compatibility with your significant other. You need to be able to grow with each other. There's a quote that says, "The qualities you search for apply to you too. The more you know yourself, the more you'll know what to look for in another person." So to avoid going out and marrying someone with different beliefs and different morals than you really need to look into your own life and look into that person's life. And like Brian said, spend quality time with him. It's crazy to think that you would marry somebody that you don't even know. So it's like, say me and Darren were thinking about being in a long-term relationship. If he has been to jail and he is a drug addict, he's an alcoholic, and I have never been in trouble in my life, and I have never done any of those things, it's crazy to think that we would be good for each other, because we have completely different beliefs and different morals, and vice versa. It could, I could be the one with those issues, and then he could have never gone through those things before. So I just want to kind of share a personal story that goes along with that. My mom and dad were dating in high school. She went to college for about a year and a half and dropped out at 19 to get married. And they didn't know each other like they thought they did. So their marriage lasted a little bit longer than a few years. It was probably 5 to 6 years, but that's still not a long time for a marriage. Marriage is supposed to last a lifetime. That's what your vows mean. And so they were so young that they didn't realize that they wanted different things out of life. My mom wanted to finish school. My dad was one of those people that never really grew up, and so he needed to be treated like a child. And so that's why my mom never got the opportunity to finish school. And so going off that, I think Darren has something else to share with you guys.
Yeah, just to conclude, it's also really important that you know your partner. She was talking about how the mom didn't really know that her dad was kind of like a child, and the same thing kind of with my parents. Fortunately, they didn't get divorced, but they had to work through a lot because my dad didn't know as much as he thought he knew about my mom's past and how he thought that her past was completely behind her, but some stuff kept reappearing in their marriage. And so with both of them, it was important for my mom to know herself and kind of work past those, and kind of in a way back to what Fez was saying, just wait a little, and like doesn't mean end your relationship and be single, but it means like waiting so you can know what God has in store for you, as well as checking yourself to see if it's what you want, and just so many other stuff, because there's so many factors of marriage. And so to conclude it, like all this research is being done, and it's not easy, but it just shows that when you choose your partner, don't be hasty, be wise. It's so important, and you gotta choose this partner for a lifetime. And in today's society, it's so easy to not make your vows last what you promised them for. And so this Christian worldview that we have a view of marrying for a lifetime needs to really stick to us. And in order for that to work, we have to be wise and wait and check ourselves, and also know our